Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but now I'm back with more character-based decks. And those who watch Yu-Gi-Oh, you should know whose monster this is. This is Maximilian Pegasus, the creator of Duel Monsters. And this is his GX based deck. Dark Magician Girl, Toon Summon Skull, and Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. All three of these were the staple of Pegasus's deck throughout the series. Toon Dark Magician Girl didn't come until after Duelist Kingdom, but then he used these three. Toon Alligator. This is in literally every single Pegasus deck. From Duelist Kingdom to Pyramid of Light to Waken the Dragons to GX, and even in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Live duels, Pegasus versus Merrick and the other ones. Toon Gemini Elf. I use these at 3. Pegasus used 3 in the movie. It's a pretty good card, and it's a 19th beef stick. Three Toon Goblin Attack Force. He used 3 in the Pyramid of Light movie, and I'm assuming he had it in Waking the Dragons arc and the GX arc because it's a 2300 beef stick despite its effect. There's ways to get around that. I added 2 Toon Mermaid even though he most likely had 1. He had Toon Mermaid throughout the series, Duelist Kingdom, Waking the Dragons, and I'm assuming he had it in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as well because it's special summoned as long as Toon World is on the field, and with amount of high level monsters in here, 2 is a great ratio. 2 Toon Masked Sorcerers. Pegasus had 2 in the movie, and I'm assuming he had 2 throughout the series. This is also seen in Waking the Dragons arc. It's pretty good, but it's a certain way you have to play the card in order to get its effect off. Toon Cannon Soldier. We didn't really see Pegasus play this card, but it was in his Pyramid of Light deck. And it's like the original Cannon Soldier, just in Toon form. Toon Ancient Gear Golem. Now, in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Series after the original Duel Monster series, Toon Ancient Gear Golem wasn't an actual card. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, when Pegasus dueled against Crowler, he used Comic Hand to turn Dr. Crowler's Ancient Gear Golem into Toon Ancient Gear Golem into basically a Toon monster. So this is the result of that card. Toon Cyber Dragon. Obviously this wasn't seen in GX, but if you watch GX, you know Cyber Dragon was the card, the ace card used by Zane Truesdale. And since this is the GX era, Konami decided to make Toon Cyber Dragon. It's just like Cyber Dragon, but in the Toon form. Parrot Dragon. It's not really that powerful, but when it's on the field, as far as character decks are concerned, it's pretty good, even though it's a vanilla. I believe this was seen in Waking the Dragons arc. Manga Reran, used all throughout Pegasus's decks: Duelist Kingdom, Pyramid of Light, and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Time for the spell cards. I used 3 Toon Kingdoms. Pegasus had 3 Toon Kingdoms in Pyramid of Light, and I believe he should have had them in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as well. I'm sure he used 3 in Awaken the Dragons Arc 2 because, I mean, it's just a powerful card. You can add any Toon monster or Toon card from your deck to your hand, and since the majority of this deck is Toons, it's very, very helpful. 2 Toon Kingdoms. This is a stronger version of Toon World. This card was used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. There's not really much to say about this card, but when it's on the field, it's pretty strong. It protects your Toons. The original Toon World. Toon World is the card. It's basically another Pegasus 8 card. You need this card to help the deck work out, since the majority of the deck is Toon monsters. With Toon World, you're able to special summon. You're basically able to special summon and normal summon the majority of the deck. I also have the original copy of Toon World as well, but this is cool as well. Shadow Toon. Shadow Toon was used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I really, really love this card. This card is powerful. If you control Toon World, you can target one face of monster your opponent controls, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster they control's attack. It's very powerful, and I think playing it correctly, you can really end games. Toon Rollback. This was seen in Awaken the Dragons arc when Alistair, he disguised himself as Pegasus and used Pegasus deck against Kaiba. Even though he lost, he used Toon Rollback. This allows your Toon monster to basically attack twice. I would have used two, but I just chose to use 1. I might add 2. Mimicat. Mimicat is a powerful card. It's basically Doppelganger. Pegasus had this card throughout the series. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and Awaken the Dragons. It can basically copy a card, as any card, as long as you control Toon World. Comic Hand. This is a new card used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. This is also powerful. Very, very powerful. If you control Toon World, you can equip it to opponent's monster, allow it to become a Toon monster version of itself, and if your opponent controls no Toon monsters, you can use their monster, which is now a Toon, to attack them directly. This card can end games when played correctly as well. Snatch Steal. This is a very, very powerful card despite its effect. You control your opponent's monster, basically like Change of Heart and Brain Control. This was used in Pyramid of Light. The generics: Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn. Cost down. I use 2 cost downs because of the amount of high levels in this deck as far as the Toon monsters. Pegasus used these cards all throughout the series. Now, on to the traps. Toon Defense. Toon Defense is not that great of a card, but you can use this to help protect some of your Toon monsters. And this was also used in Pyramid of Light. It was listed in Pegasus novelization deck. I use 2 Toon Briefcase. Toon Briefcase is a powerful card. If you If you control a 2 monster, when your opponent summons a monster, you can shuffle that monster back into their deck. This card was used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Pegasus used this against Crowler and Bonaparte in the tag duel. Well, the handicap duel, I mean. Toon Mask. This card was used in Waking the Dragon's Arc. It's a powerful card. If you control Toon World, you can target a face monster your opponent controls and special summon a Toon monster equal to that level or less than that level's monster. Very, very powerful. Jar of Greed. Pegasus used these in Pyramid of Light. It's a draw card. There's not much more else to say about that. Solemn Judgment. Pegasus used this in Pyramid of Light. It's a very powerful card. Has a drawback that I really don't like, but if it's played correctly, it's good. And for the final trap card, Magic Jammer. Obviously, since Pegasus has Toon World, there are many ways to get around Toon World, and Pegasus needs certain cards to protect Toon World or any of his other monsters. This is why Magic Jammer is in here. We didn't see Magic Jammer, but I'm assuming he used it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this was my Maximilian Pegasus Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme. So it's all GX themed base character deck.